Well, we did it, Katie.
Whoa, yay. All the work that we put into it for 4 minutes of, rapid fire question answer on live TV. And it's now only 7 o'clock in the morning for me.
Yeah, for everybody watching, we were just on Scripps News nationally, and I think we spent the past 3 days preparing for our
Oh,
30-minute
more than
segment.
that,
Yeah.
more than
Is
that.
our
I
hair
have,
right?
oh, yeah, I want to shout out to my friend Kira who helped me get my lighting and my makeup and my outfit and everything. And Laura Geller.
Laura, Laura Geller, we're gonna do this is not a Laura Geller commercial, but it is a minor infomercial because I don't do podcasts. We don't do anything without Laura by our side,
Oh,
do we?
heck no. I've got this beside me, my computer. Absolutely. It's like you do a little
Everything.
bit of this just before you go on air. And oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go through her makeup just slightly because people might not be familiar with it. Okay, this is the best of the best of baked full basics. We're going to do a little infomercial for you here. It's got eyeshadows, it's got the bronzer and the blush. And so do you do that too? Do you just kind of go,
Yep, I have the eyeliner right here. I have the like the mauve color behind, and then I've got the white on the
I take her
lids. And
and I
yep,
dab it on?
oh
Like
yeah,
you do
for
that too?
sure.
You dab?
In the dark, right in the edge.
Yeah, I got the dark right here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, we're 50. I don't even know how old I am anymore. Almost 57. Oh
I'm
my
gonna be
god.
66 next week.
Yeah. So we're let's go,
Wow.
we're pushing 60 and 70, kind of we're
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
30 and 40 anymore. So I love this. This is a new thing I found. It is called Line Smoother. Have you seen
Ooh.
this thing yet?
No,
Oh
I
yeah.
need that.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we don't Katie and I don't have any Botox going on or anything like that. So yeah, I'm allergic to it. So I'm desperate for anything you can dab on and get rid of right here because they are not angry lines or I can't see lines because my eyesight's so bad. And so you just put this right here. I'm going to try and do this like you put this right here
Yep.
and dab it on and it doesn't leave a film or anything like that and the lines disappear. And
That's
I pretty
great.
much do this to my whole forehead.
Okay, I will
And right
definitely.
here too. I don't know if you're supposed to use it right there. I don't have that going on too much, but like right here, a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So that's her line smoother. There's a lot of controversy with line smoothers because some of them leave a white film and don't really work. Nah, this is perfect. This is total perfection and they go away.
Great.
What else? Can we do a little keep going, Katie? Because this is what we were going to do, a little makeup segment.
Yeah.
We'll
Well,
talk real stuff in a minute here, but this was the fun part. I just want to tell everybody how important Laura Geller is to us because we really use her makeup for
me
real on
too.
everything that we do. And we've been on DC News and now Scripps and, we do podcasts and, all that stuff. But anyway, this is the best under eye you'll ever come across.
Wow, I need
Because
to
when you
get
get
some of that.
older,
Yeah.
it settles in the creases of your eyes pretty bad. And this does not do that at all. And then if you get little like you feel like you have too white under here with the marks, just go back to the foundation and off kind of thing. So anyway, yeah, live applique of makeup.
So, guys,
Yeah.
everybody listening, when you get ready for doing anything on air,
We all do our
all
eyebrows
of
now
this
too.
stuff you want to make it as simple as possible because you're nervous and you want to prepare yourself. We have notes in front of us and,
We have
and
cards. Look, I have
because
10 cards for
people
3
don't
minutes.
just show up online.
Isn't
You
that
prep.
important?
You prep. I mean, I will honestly tell you, it has taken me 5 months to get my lighting and my sound and my equipment and my space ready and my outfits and my makeup because you have to do it in such a way that makes it you. And you want to bring out you. And nobody else can define that for you. And you really have to focus on being able to be yourself because then you shine.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
if
you
you're
sh
fake you, like, none of this is fake me. Like, when I go on vacation, I have a big bag of her makeup with me, and what I'm secretly hoping, Katie, is I'm going back to Laura for 1 second just because so we have a really big book signing going on, in New York City. We've got a bunch of them actually from July 12th to the 16th. We're in Morris Plains, New Jersey. We're in Northvale, New Jersey. We're in New York City on Fifth Avenue at the Barnes and Noble. And the day before us is Adam Lambert. So I'm like,
I know.
Laura, I'm like secretly hoping she shows up at our hotel room and does our makeup, but it's a lofty wish. But anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to, I think it's important to tell people that they matter.
Yes.
This isn't
Yes,
really about me and
and
makeup or Katie and makeup. It's really about telling Laura, you're with us. You're like right here with our hearts,
right. Well
making us confident.
well, and it's part of your confidence. I
Right.
mean, your
Not all of it. Yeah.
confidence really comes from the inside out, but it sure helps when you feel like you're at least decent on the
At least
air.
decent looking. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Um,
because you're on air with anchors who are beautifully coiffed and have makeup people.
yeah.
So it really is part of your prep. And to be honest, it's really something you have to learn like everything else.
Yeah.
And but the most important thing I've learned from all of it is it makes me able to be myself more
Yeah.
because I don't have to worry about this stuff.
Yeah. What do we do the second it's over? We go up in the bathroom and go and
Oh
the
God.
hair goes up on the head and I mean
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna show I have shorts on right now.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
pink shorts to
I have
complement my
comfortable,
lavender and
very
black. Yeah.
comfortable pants on underneath
Yeah.
my suit coat,
Yeah.
and what's really funny is when I forget that I'm dressed for this, and then I go see my clients and I have a mixed match.
It's pretty funny. Yeah. I'm bringing Turtle back out. I got this, that we're just random, we're doing real life. This is a real life best ever you podcast, but I didn't know if he should be out because I didn't know if people could see what he was. But Peter got me this turtle when we were down in South Carolina, and I love sea turtles so much. I know you do too. We are creatures of, we love the ocean.
Creatures.
Sharks are
Yes.
a little bit, they're still cool though too. But dolphins, turtles, that's kind of
Yeah.
more our speed. But I got when we were down in South Carolina this year, I got to see the sea turtles being released.
Mm,
I sent you video. I put it on my
yeah.
Facebook. But anyway, so we got a
Yep.
sea turtle, and he's coming back out now next to your uplifting book, next to
Yay.
the Peace Guidebook. Look at I got the sticker. You're just
Oh, I forgot to order those. I need to do.
I have them for the signing, but, we won, guys, everybody listening, we won and watching, we won the International Book Award for nonfiction with the Peace Guidebook, and so it's got its earned sticker. Yay! It's
Yeah,
so much fun.
it's
So,
really an honor,
yeah.
and I think the most wonderful thing is, and I really invite people to keep doing this, is when you go to percolatepeace.com and you write your comments about how the book is changing your life or impacting you and how you've made a promise to yourself or to your family or to someone else about how you're going to live peacefully. I'm really so grateful to Matthew Casalato for giving us that concept of the peace promise. His book, Harnessing Your Promise Power,
Power, yeah.
is so important. And if you believe something from your heart and you give it with your whole heart and soul, it just makes such a difference.
Doesn't it?
And we are so grateful that people are sharing those stories with us.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So you can go to percolatepeace.com and you can share a, a moment of peace, a peace promise. I love Matthew Castellato. He's amazing. And a random act of kindness, a wish, a prayer, something like that. Can I read one from this
Sure.
morning? Yep. So this is Louise Barnett. She's out of Denver, Colorado. Um, I say that funny because I'm in Colorado. Sorry, I destroyed that word because my Midwest self. A simple act of kindness can be as powerful as saying "I believe you." Living with bipolar disorder taught me how much peace can come from feeling seen instead of judged. That's why my work is rooted in creating survival guides from our collective stories. Through my book, podcast, coaching, and platform. Every story shared honestly becomes a map for someone else. Isn't that amazing? Proof that they're not alone and a pathway toward healing. To me, that's how we percolate peace.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
She's new to Best Ever You. We just featured her actually on besteveryou.com with her story, and I interviewed her, and so Katie and I are really proud to have her on there. And then, we have Thomas Silvera, who wrote us a really long note, all about, his life and everything that he has done to, champion food allergies because he lost his son to a food allergic reaction at daycare. And, he's out of New York, and there's a movie that's made that's being, distributed nationally. He's just a phenomenal advocate for those of us with food allergies. And so he does a lot in his son's name. And then, I don't know, there's just so many. Mark Rader, I attend a demonstration every Saturday from noon to 12:30 with the Peace Builders group in Oberlin. There's a ton of things on here. Anyway, yeah.
It's beautiful, and that's why
Yeah.
we wrote the book. We wanted to get 1,000,000 people sharing ways sharing peace,
Yeah.
and it's happening. People are beginning to really make their peace promises, and it's just beautiful,
Yeah.
and, we're so grateful, so
Yeah.
grateful.
So, what did we talk can you remember what we talked about this morning?
No, I mean, we're basically being asked the same question a lot. People are stressed out, people are overwhelmed, and how can our book help? And it really does, because it gives you practical tools to live peacefully. And what we mean by that is not that you are calm all the time, because who is, but everybody's nervous systems are like ramped up right now with all the changes and stress happening in the world. So it's how you recover. How do you get back to a peaceful pause,
Great. Yeah.
breathe, choose, calm? How do you do that? And that's what the book is about. The book is in every situation. We have a ton of different people with their stories and different scenarios. How do you get back to peace?
Yeah. It's interesting to me on every newscast that we're on now, somebody throws a scenario at us, and it's usually traffic.
Mhm.
Today it was finances. I've heard caregiving, we've heard a lot of different scenarios, and it always comes back to some of that same advice, doesn't it? To pause, breathe, choose. I heard the anchor today say control what you can control.
Control what you can control, right? And
Yeah.
one of the things I've been saying to my clients a lot is gather information, but gather it when you're calm. Because if you're making a choice, you want to make a conscious choice in a state of calm.
Yeah. One of my mom was asking me about this yesterday too. She's like, finances is a really, let's go, you want to go there for a minute? Finances is a really tough topic for people because I don't know about you, but I wasn't born, with, you know, royalty or anything or whatever it is, there was no trust fund. There was no anything. I really worked and earned. And so have you, um, our entire
Yeah,
lives,
my first job, I was 13.
yeah, I was pretty young too. I rented movies at the movie store, and, I also, I got fired from TCBY, which is a yogurt place, because I filled the ice cream cones too full.
Yep. Yep.
warned. I refused to measure people's ice cream or do soft serve hollow. I just was like, "Here's your ice cream." Because how disappointing is that to eat ice cream and then it's hollow in the middle? So I'm like, "I can't do this job." So I got fired for filling the ice. Anyway, long story.
I got
And
fired for my first 13-year-old job too. I was cleaning the house of my minister's wife.
yeah.
Man, I am still to this day not a cleaner. And
Oh,
she was
yeah.
like, "Katie, this is just not your aptitude." So
Not your stick. Yeah. But finances is a thing for people, especially if you're aging and on a budget, or you've had something happen like my parents with my dad's stroke that took down their business. And so I don't know if my mom's doing okay now and for the past several years, but it's been tough. Um, and so you're on TV and it's not an easy question to answer, yeah, pause, breathe, choose, control what you can control. And people are, maybe like, I need a little more than that. So I think that's why we did the podcast here today too, to just give people a little bit more. And I think yesterday you had a really good comment that added to pause, breathe, choose.
yeah.
I think it was feel, reveal, and heal is what you were saying. You're like, and we didn't have time to go through all that today, but But finances, again, control what you can control. And what I like with everything, whether it's weight loss, finances, chaos, or whatever, is to really do small steps of something, whether it's a small peaceful practice, a small gratitude practice, a small action that you take, those add up. But it's
They do.
hard. I
They
think the
do.
hard part of that, and you're the therapist here, but the hard part of that is the continuity, the discipline, the consistency, and so forth. So you start off with this great intention, like almost like a New Year's resolution of like, I'm going to save $10,000 this year. And by the end of the year, you're like, ah, I spent it, or oh, I saved two, or whatever it was. Sometimes people do, but the consistency and discipline needed throughout every moment to get to that goal is a lot. It's just like losing weight. You've got to stay the course, and it's tough for people, isn't it? Because we get distracted easily.
Well, the thing
And
is
it's
that
hard.
people forget one very important step. And that's where the feel, reveal, heal comes in. Because if you don't understand what is preventing you from doing what you want to do, what is your motivation? What is your highest motivation? Because if you're just saying, I want to lose weight, you won't. If you're saying, I'm losing weight because I want to see my grandchild graduate, you will. You have to have a heartfelt, deeper motivation, and you have to take the time to figure out what it is that's preventing you from achieving your goals. And so, what I always say to people when they come to me as a therapist and they say, well, I want to lose weight, I'm like, okay, you will when you're ready.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah. And it's like it's no more complicated than that. When you are ready, you will
You can
accomplish
do it.
whatever
Yeah.
you are ready to do. But being ready means you have to do the heartfelt, not hard, heartfelt work around what is most important to you and why is this important? Because you won't be motivated
And
otherwise.
I think what scares people too is the unknown. You don't you kind of go between known and unknown, but also that process might not feel so peaceful. It might be like, okay, you got to put down the chocolate bars or the pizza, or you're going to actually have to forego your coffee every day to put that money in the bank, or whatever it is to make those small things. Those create probably a temporary sense of like disruption, and then I like what you say is like you recover and center again for peace.
Right.
You know how
Well,
to get
and
back to peace, and maybe it's a new peace.
if you're focusing on a higher purpose, on a higher reason for doing it, then it becomes not you're sacrificing anything or you're giving up anything, but you're choosing something that's going to bring something joyful.
Yeah.
And that's the brain works that way. The brain operates a whole lot better when it has a focus of positivity that it can rely on. So it's where you put your attention and your intention is what you
Yeah.
manifest.
I think that's so important because I will always come back to chocolate pizza and coffee.
Well, you don't have to give
Right?
that up in order to lose weight. You
No,
don't. You
no.
have to. And the other part that's so important, and I really wish I could, like, why don't we teach kids this?
Oh, tell me.
Get help. Get help. Get help. It's not always, you can get it for free. You can go to your local community college. You can take courses in how to manage your money. You can find people in your churches, in your communities who will help you manage your finances. Go to your bank, talk to your favorite bank person and say, hey, I could really use some tips. Whatever it is you need, get help. We don't need to go it alone. And that is one of the most important things people forget is you do not have to wing it.
Well, I that too, but I'm not sure people forget it. I think there's an element of like embarrassment or shame or something like you don't want people in your private information because it might be perceived as not as good as somebody else, or you feel being judged, or whatever it is. And I think that stops people right in their tracks from getting help. Because people are comfy asking like close family for money and stuff, but then you go outside that, and people's relationships with money is all over the place. And so but I agree with you. I love the getting help part. Yeah,
Yeah.
and even, like, there's life coaches, there's, therapists, of course, aside from the people who manage, huge amounts of money. If you're just trying to make tiny little changes, especially with, like, groceries so expensive right now, movies are everything that we just were talking about this in here with all the kids home. Everything that we like to do is so expensive right now. Going to the movies, groceries, something we like to buy at the grocery store went up like $2. We're like, so I think the impact is real and it's creating financial stress for people for sure. And so you know,
It is.
it
And
is definitely.
what we do in our home is we think of money as energy. And where
Yes.
we put our energy is based on what we value. So if we want to, like, we're going on a vacation out in the middle of nowhere at the end of July, and that's a priority because that's what we value. We value quiet. We value being together. We value family. So those are our values. So that's where we put our energy related to money. And I don't feel like I'm giving up anything when I'm putting my energy towards something.
Yeah. Well, I've learned a couple lessons in my life from my parents because they went bankrupt when I was a very, on the tail end of my teens. And then my dad, they had a major financial crisis with my father getting sick and having his stroke, and my father was sick from 2004 to 2018. So it's a really big chunk of time to try and regroup when you own a business together. And one of the humans who does a lot of the work is down. So it's definitely a creative restructuring for sure. And I think one of the things I saw my mom so beautifully do, was ask for help. I totally and completely agree with you, and she might have asked within her circle, but I definitely remember her too saying, "Don't tell."
Yeah. And
And it
I
and in the case of the bankruptcy, it was all over the news. I'm like, "Mom, everybody knows this." And she's like, "Don't write that in your books." I'm like, "It's known. I mean, I say it all the time because it happened to me." So, but if I firmly believe there's a level of embarrassment and shame that comes with financial woes, for sure.
and it
I've felt it
doesn't have
myself.
to be there. It
No.
absolutely does not. Shame, guilt, they're really useless emotions. They
Well
basically only do harm.
well, she
So
told there's oh, yeah, no, I completely agree with you.
unless you allow it to motivate you towards something, it can really bring you down energetically.
We could have been on the national news for 30 minutes talking about this.
We can be on
Here,
any for
let me tell
30.
you the story. It's in, you know the story anyway, but it's in the Success Guidebook. My mom lives in this neighborhood, and she spent pretty much the entire first 6 months. Because it was during my dad's stroke, and they were happy to have the house and things like that, but she felt her jealousy toward the neighbor. Her flowers were perfect, her lawn was perfect, her trees were perfect, and my parents were completely struggling just to get the lawn mowed and just, you know, stuff my dad would do was down. My mom is not a good lawnmower. Anyway, she's a great gardener, but not a good lawnmower. Anyway, so she was finding herself completely jealous of the neighbor next door. I think it was 2 houses down, and, just completely just consumed jealous with how imperfect she was and how perfect they were. And the lady rapped on her door and said, "Hi, I'm such and such. It's nice to meet you." My mom was like, "Oh, don't come in. It's a mess," and all this stuff, and they were going through, a bankruptcy and, a divorce and all sorts of things, 2 houses down with this perfect house. And she was like, "It was all I could do to get the house before we have to sell it and move on with life for my daughter's graduation."
Yeah, yeah,
And so there was this whole underlying story. My mom was like, "Oh my god, let me give you a hug, and let me give you a hug, and here's and now they're best buddies, and and she's moved, since, but, the stories of, what you're hiding behind your doors, or, they don't always show up in your front yard perfectly.
right,
Um, so
right.
but
It's true.
that's
It's true.
so
That's a good
true of all of us.
it is. We don't know what people are carrying,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everybody's carrying something.
and it might be
And
debt, it might be
right.
whatever it is, yeah, but know that we're all doing the same. same thing and to love each other. That was my big point today. I'm like, love your fellow human because,
Right.
wow, we're all going
Show up
through
with
it.
love. Show up
Yeah.
with love. Show up with love and give people grace.
Yeah. Grace and what do we say in the book? Grace and space. Just grace and
Grace and
space.
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 Yep.
Yeah.
Grace and space.
What else can we talk about other than, maybe I'll put a little bit more lipstick on right now. I'm just kidding. Like going back to the makeup, like it's all sitting here. Like I feel like a kid in a candy store with Laura Geller. I do. I'm going to bring it back to one thing while you think of what we're going to talk about next. The only thing Laura Geller, and Laura, if you're listening, that I don't have, and maybe you have this, Katie, is foundation. I use this Clinique. Do you have Laura Geller actual liquid foundation that you use?
Liquid, but I have the powder.
The powder,
And I
yeah.
have 3 different kinds. I have the
Yeah.
brown variant, I have 2 different lighteners, and I have something that goes under my eyes.
Back to putting makeup on while I'm talking. I have 2 pretty good dark spots right here.
Yeah.
And I put this, if anybody has anything they ever want to cover, it's this right here. And then, oh, I wish I could, I don't I have shorts on, but I don't want to get up. What, have you ever heard of Westmoreland Beauty?
Mm-mm,
You ever heard of that?
mm-mm.
So from having children and just life in general, I have, blue veins on my legs.
Mhm.
And so sometimes I want to like just walk around in shorts, but I like don't like to because I have pretty big blue veins on my legs. It covers them up. It covers every imperfection on your legs up. Like if you want to wear a sundress or whatever and make your legs look all tan, but not, it's not a tanner. It covers everything up and it's waterproof for like 3 days. And it doesn't rub off on your sheets or anything. It's the biggest trick I've ever seen. My sister and my mom were like, hallelujah. Well, I just tested it for Best Ever You. And it is brilliant. I wanna
Wow.
put it all on my face. No, I'm just kidding. But but anyway, if you haven't noticed, I'm a little into makeup. But I have such
Well,
bad food allergies that
know,
I'm scared of it.
as almost 66, I can tell you that the older you get, the less you need that stuff because you're like, "Ah, what the heck?"
Yeah. No, but not on I'm a creature of makeup. I love makeup. Like,
Well, I
I
love
am
makeup too
do
because
you
it's
have
fun.
this too? I'm just coming back to makeup just for some fun.
Brings you back to when you were a little girl.
Do you have this? This brings me back to when I was a little girl. Remember when all the eyeshadows came in these things?
Yeah.
Where you had
Yeah,
all
yeah.
like Laura Geller has nailed it. This is
Yeah,
eyeshadow.
I have that one too as well.
Yeah.
So,
Which one do you use? You know what I do?
I have
I
the other one you have.
do you? I brush over all of them, and that becomes my color. I put on that's silly. I'm sure
God.
that's a Laura Geller faux pas, but
I actually have to run.
yeah, I know you do.
But I just wanted to say thank you to everyone, and this has been fun. And we do really seriously love your stories, and we want to hear more. And we are so proud of the fact that the Peace Guidebook is making a difference, and that's what we wanted to say. And we had a little fun with our makeup,
We did.
and forgive
But
us for
no, yeah.
being a little vain, but we're human. And also just want to send out to anyone who's struggling, we gotcha.
We sure do, don't we? Yeah.
We gotcha.
And I think that's I'm gonna just keep us going for 2 more seconds because that's one of the things that I don't know if people realize, I got asked that on the Connecticut, segment, like, are you just perfectly peaceful all the time? And I'm like, "No.
No.
I have a life-threatening medical condition. Are you kidding me? I'm a mom of 4 boys. Katie has a life-threatening medical condition. You almost died. So did
Yeah.
I."
Yeah.
We write about that in here, and I think that's we're trying, relatable. We're trying to help all of us practice peace. So anyway, I hope people join us on our book tour. I'm in Augusta, Maine this Saturday with all 4 books. Change, Success, Peace, and Blueberry and Jam. Blueberry and Jam is so cute when the little kids come up at the book signings because that is just so much fun. And they're both purple, so it's pretty cute. And then we go to New York. We're July 12th at Morris Plains, July 13th, Northvale, 15th is the big one in New York City, and then the 16th is at the Bookmark Shop in Brooklyn. They are fabulous. And then from there we come home and we go to Minnesota, the 14th through the 25th. So far we're in Eden Prairie, Egan, Burnsville, and I think there's more to come there. And then you have some in September there in the Washington area, don't you?
I do. I have one in Seattle at the University Bookstore there and at the UW University Bookstore. And then I have one in October in Bellingham at the Village Bookstore there. And I'm doing a presentation on practical peace at both places. And I'm arranging more, but right now I'm just
It's
trying to
perfect, yeah. It's a lot,
enjoy
isn't it?
summer.
Yeah, and then I go back down to the Carolinas for 2 book signings, one at the Barnes& and Noble there in the Market Common, and then one in Pawleys Island at Litchfield Books, who are carrying the Peace Guidebook. So, I wanted to shout out to everybody carrying the book. It's
Yes.
percolating, it's doing its thing, and I also, before we go, I want us to give a really big shout out to Humanities team.
Yes, for a course. Yes,
Ah,
absolutely. We have
yeah,
a peace course and humanities team is hosting it. And it is a wonderful course that will give you practical tools for daily living peacefully. And it is, I can't remember how many modules,
it's
but
10.
it's
So it's
10
10
modules.
modules.
And we really invite you to go to humanitiesteam.com and look up
I think it's a
our
work, right? Aren't they nonprofit?
oh, .org, sorry.
Yeah, .org, yeah, no, it's okay.
Humanitiesteam.org.
Yeah. No, no, it's all good, and we're on their streaming platform,
Yes.
and so that's an amazing thing, and just really grateful for you for thinking of it. That was Katie's goal. Katie's like, I love Humanities Team," and I didn't know what Humanities Team was, and then we looked at it, and it's just such a beautiful platform, and we aligned so magically with them. Boy,
Yes,
were
we
we
did.
aligned.
We did. It was perfect timing. It was
Yeah,
really wonderful, but
yeah, so
all right,
anyway.
well,
All right, mwah.
all peace to all.
All right, peace to all. I agree with you. All right, love you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.